Our lesson today is on markup and discount, and the goal is that I can use equations. That's the difference here. Equations to find the discount and markup of an item. So we're going to use a lot of the knowledge that was reviewed on the previous lesson about percents, percents, decimals, and fractions to help us out here. From our previous knowledge, we can find the new price of an item that originally cost $30, but is discounted 25%. So we're going to find the amount of discount, which is taking 25% of 30. Remember we learned in the previous lesson, okay, the word of means multiplication, and 25% can be converted to 25 hundredths. So we find 25 hundredths of 30, which is 750. Subtract the amount of discount from the original price, which is 30, minus that 750 to give us 2250. So what we did, we took the original price, $30, and we subtracted the original times the percentage. And it gave us this expression, this equation, excuse me. So back when we learned discounts in the proportions unit, we found another way of finding the answer. So if we take a test, think of it this way, and you miss 25% of the questions, what percent did you get correct? And you guys should know that would be 75%, 25 taken away from 100. So the same applies for discount. So we take 25% off an item, how much of the original price would be left? And again, it would be 75%. So what we could do then, retry the problem from the last slide using the method. Find the new price of a $30 item if it is discounted 25%. What that means is there is 75% left of that amount. So if we do 75 hundredths times 30, we end up at 2250, which is the answer we got from the previous slide, doing the same kind of problem. And the answer is yes. So what was done here, we again have the original price times the original minus discount percentage, and there we go. So if you understand that method, that might work a little bit quicker for you. But to sum up, our discount formula shortcut, original price times 100% minus discount percent. This is good to have written down and referred to really, really quickly. Next, we go with markup. If you guys remember, markup's the opposite of discount. We're actually marking up. We're adding on the price. So previous knowledge, we're going to find the retail price of an item with a wholesale price of $100 and a markup of 70%. So remember that 70%, that is 7/10 from the decimal percent fraction lesson. We take $100, we times that markup percentage, and we get our answer of $70. That's the markup amount. Now we add that to the wholesale price of $100 to give us $170. So to summarize, we have the wholesale price times the markup percentage plus the wholesale price gives us a new retail price. Remember, order of operations, we do the multiplication here first, wholesale price, markup percentage, and there we go. There's a shortcut or another way of doing this. Think about that test scenario. Get every question right, plus earn a 20% bonus. What is the overall percentage you earned on that test? Well, every question right is 100%. Add that bonus on, we've got 120% for our final grade. Same idea applies to markup. Mark an item up 70% from its wholesale price. We just add that 70 to 100, which would be a retail price that is 170% of the wholesale or the original cost. So from that previous slide, we try that same problem using this method. So we've got the original price here original price, and we're going to add, multiply the 100% plus that markup. And if we do that, it becomes $100 times 1 7/10. Remember, percent, move the decimal point back 2 places, and that will give us now 170, which, as we should know, is the same answer we got beforehand. So there's the summary. You can use that as well. So put it in the formula form. Do the wholesale price times 100% plus the markup percent equals the retail price. You guys can use this if you would like. So now's a great time to go ahead and stop the video. Use any method you want to find the correct answers here. I'm going to go ahead and work all 4 of these problems through using different methods for different problems. So I'm going to start with number 1. Original price is $160. Discount is 30%. So that's 160 times 3/10, which gives us an answer of, as I calculate it, give me 1 second here, $48. So what that means is we're taking $48 off of the original price for a final price, a new price of $112. Now, number 2. I'm going to go the other method. So we've got $14.20, and we're taking 20% off of it. Now, I know mentally that 100 minus 20 is 80. So what's left is 80% of the original price. And 80% is just 8/10. So I go ahead and I calculate 1420 times 8/10 for an answer of $11.36. Moving on to markup. So the wholesale price here is $64, and it's being marked up 85%. So by doing 64 times 85 hundredths, I'm going to find the amount of the markup, which is $54.40. So I'll take that amount and add it to 64 for a final retail price of $118.40. So that's calculating the markup amount first and then add it to the original price. Or I could add the percentages first. So on this one, my wholesale price is $35. If I mark it up 110%, I then am multiplying by 210%, which becomes 2 1/10, excuse me. I multiply those together, 35 times 2 1/10, and I have a retail price of $73.50. For our practice work on this, I want you guys to practice both methods. They both work. You should know how to do both of them, but whatever you like doing better is fine. This concludes your lesson on discount and markup in equations.